From ordinary beings with no connection to the Force to legends who reshape galaxies with unimaginable power, every level of Force sensitivity carries its own story. Today, we break them down one by one and reveal exactly where everyone stands. Zero Force connection. The galaxy is vast and filled with billions of lives, yet the overwhelming majority of them move through existence with no connection to the Force at all. Characters like Han Solo or Mon Mothma serve as prime examples. Han may have had the sharpest instincts in the cockpit, and Mon Mothma may carry the weight of the Republic's politics on her shoulders, yet neither of them ever feels the pull or whisper of the Force. To them, it is something distant, a mystery that belongs to others rather than themselves. A simple real-world comparison helps clarify this level of sensitivity. Imagine someone who is completely tone-deaf when it comes to music, yet still thrives in countless other areas of life. They may lack a specific sense, but they are far from powerless. This is what it means to live without a Force connection. The important lesson is that a lack of Force ability does not define someone's value. In fact, most of the galaxy is built and sustained by individuals who never touch the Force. Soldiers, leaders, engineers, smugglers, and countless others all prove that strength can come from courage, skill, and willpower, rather than mystical energy. Latent sensitivity. Some individuals in the galaxy carry a hidden spark of the Force, unaware of its meaning until circumstance brings it forward. Leia Organa embodied this stage. She led, inspired, and resisted tyranny with courage, never realizing her strength flowed from more than willpower. Anakin Skywalker also walked this path as a boy, gifted with reflexes and foresight long before anyone named him the Chosen One. Latent sensitivity often runs through bloodlines such as the Skywalkers, yet lineage is not the only source. Some awaken spontaneously, their connection born of mystery rather than heritage. This unpredictability prevents the Force from being confined to dynasties, allowing it to surface in unexpected places. Abilities at this stage seldom resemble powers. They emerge as sharp instincts, faster reactions, or success that appears like uncanny luck. These individuals succeed in ways that puzzle others, while they believe it is merely skill or personality. The best comparison is a colleague who delivers a flawless presentation without preparation. In their case, the same instinct could deflect blaster fire or guide a lightsaber without fully understanding how. Wild Force awakening. In certain corners of the galaxy, the Force awakens in individuals who never walked the path of Jedi or Sith, yet wield abilities that cannot be ignored. The Night Sisters of Dathomir stand as one of the clearest examples, drawing on dark and mystical arts that bend the Force in ways foreign to traditional orders. Maz Kanata embodies another side, a figure with centuries of wisdom and a subtle but undeniable awareness of the currents that shape destiny. Even the Guardians of the Wills, protectors of sacred knowledge, show how the Force may guide lives without lightsabers or temples. This stage does not require lectures from a Jedi Master or trials in a Sith Academy. Instead, power emerges like a storm, sudden and raw, sometimes without explanation. It proves that the Force cannot be contained by institutions, for it manifests where it chooses. Rey's arrival underscores this truth. With no prior training, as she matched Kylo Ren's ferocity and even turned his own strength back upon him, her instincts reflected a level of connection that training alone could never grant. Think of these figures as the wild cards on any team. They skip the onboarding, yet suddenly they outperform the veteran with ease. While such awakenings can be unpredictable and even dangerous, they also remind us that the Force remains a living current, capable of breaking free from rules, titles, or traditions. It chooses its vessels without warning, and in those moments, legends begin. Limited Force training. Not every Force sensitive destined for training ascends to legendary heights. Many begin with promise, step into formal instruction, and yet find their potential capped. This tier includes members of the Jedi Service Corps, whose talents prove insufficient for knighthood but remain useful in fields such as agriculture, exploration, and healing. On the darker side, Inquisitors represent another example. They wield lightsabers, hunt survivors of Order 66, and use intimidation, but their strength rarely approaches the mastery of a true Sith Lord. Even among academies, countless apprentices progress through the basics of meditation and combat drills, yet never achieve the rank of Master. This level reflects a reality of discipline without transcendence. They understand techniques, They feel the current of the Force, and they can contribute to the missions of their order. However, the deep well of power accessible to figures like Yoda or Darth Sidious remains close to them. Think of them as that colleague who excels at spreadsheets, yet struggles with the presentation slides. They are dependable, competent, and occasionally impressive, but they will never headline the show. The key lesson is that the Force, while present, has its limits in certain individuals. They can hold their own in battle, support their allies, or carry out specialized tasks, yet the galaxy will rarely remember their names. Their journey highlights the spectrum of ability within the Force, proving that not all training ends with legendary power, and that even within discipline, ceilings exist. Full mastery. At this stage, we enter the arena of legends. Jedi Knights and Sith Lords who reach full mastery of the Force stand at the peak of discipline and potential. Figures such as Yoda, Mace Windu, and Count Dooku embody this level, blending years of training with rare gifts that place them far above ordinary practitioners. Their combat ability flows with precision and anticipation, every strike guided by the Force. Their talents extend well beyond duels. Masters wield telekinesis powerful enough to move massive objects, anticipate threats before they appear, and exert mental strength capable of resisting manipulation while bending weaker minds. Their connection to the Force becomes an additional sense that reveals paths unseen by others. Midichlorian counts influence potential, and Anakin Skywalker famously possessed a higher count than Yoda. Yet numbers alone do not create mastery. For wisdom, patience, and control are required to forge raw talent into true power. This tier resembles the colleague everyone depends on when chaos strikes, reliable and unshakable. They guide others, except that reliability carries the weight to shift armies, move starships, and bend reality itself. Before we continue exploring the Force, take a quick second to like this video and subscribe. It really helps us keep making content like this, and it only takes a moment. Alright, back to the levels. Cosmic Force Incarnate. At the very top of the hierarchy lies a level so rare it almost feels mythical. This is the realm of the Cosmic Force Incarnates, beings who are not simply masters of the Force, but living conduits of it. The Force does not merely answer their call. It flows through them in overwhelming proportions, bending itself around their existence. Figures such as Anakin Skywalker, chosen by destiny as the one meant to bring balance, Luke Skywalker, who rebuilt hope from ruins, and Rey, whose awakening marked the survival of ancient light, all represent this extraordinary category. The distinction here is crucial. A Jedi Master or Sith Lord wields the Force with immense skill, yet these rare incarnates embody the Force itself. Their presence alters the course of galactic history, and their actions ripple across generations. Legends material stretches the idea further with the mystical beings of Mortis, embodiments of balance, light, and dark on a cosmic scale. Canon, however, grounds this tier in characters whose choices shape destinies, keeping the focus on individuals like Luke and Rey while still hinting at deeper mysteries. The comparison is dramatic, yet fitting. If the lower tiers are the workforce, apprentices, and managers, then these figures are the entire operating system. Without them, the galaxy would lack direction, balance, and renewal. Their decisions carry consequences not just for armies or star systems, but for the Force itself. This is the level where myth and reality blur together, where individuals rise beyond the boundaries of training, power, or tradition, and instead stand as living embodiments of destiny. In their hands, the Force ceases to be a tool and becomes the very essence of their being, reshaping the galaxy with every step they take. Nature versus nurture and accessibility. The final piece of this journey asks a question that has sparked debate for decades. Is Force sensitivity something that flows only through inherited bloodlines, or can it also emerge through dedication and discipline? Star Wars itself continues to explore this tension. While the Skywalker saga often emphasizes legacy and lineage, examples like Ahsoka Tano suggest another perspective. Through relentless training and unshakable focus, individuals without overwhelming natural gifts can still grow into powerful practitioners, proving that effort and discipline matter as much as destiny. This conversation touches on deeper philosophy. Should the Force remain the domain of an elite few born with rare gifts? Or can it be a universal energy, accessible to anyone willing to open themselves to it? Legends and canon alike have shown both extremes, from the Chosen One narratives to moments where ordinary beings demonstrate extraordinary resilience. For the audience, the answer feels personal. Perhaps you will never leap across rooftops or lift a starfighter, and that is entirely fine. Star Wars has always reminded us that even without Force powers, individuals can change the galaxy. Smugglers, strategists, rebels, and loyal friends prove that courage and heart matter just as much as destiny. The Force comes in many levels, but understanding them all makes the Star Wars galaxy even more exciting. If you enjoyed this breakdown, remember to subscribe, like, and share so more fans can join the journey through the Force. We'll see you next time.